Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Warsword Conquest. Now, when we left off, we had completely failed to achieve victory at a nearby tournament, and now we have arrived here at Altdorf, or at least I have done a little bit of off-screen, not too much, but I have fought a couple of bandit parties with the various dwarven units that we have managed to accrue from the nearby villages, as well as finding some undead pirates in a tavern, and they cost me quite a little bit, but thankfully enough, the loot from the various bandits that I have fought off screen has given me enough money to have a pretty reasonable time of it. However, there is something that I must show you, and that is, of course, what is within this tavern. I think you may have already spotted him, but here he is. He is a mercenary lead belcher. Now, I can only assume that this guy is, yes, he's using a cannon on his back. And I would very much like to recruit him if possible. Oh. Well, okay. We have 2,500, but that would take all of my money. So I'm not entirely sure. Are they that worth it? Are they really, really that worth it? I think they probably are, because as far as I'm aware from your comments, it appears that these guys are actually some of the most powerful units in the game, if I am correct about that. So, do we want to do that? That would make us absolutely penniless at this time. So, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. Yes. Okay. So, we have 52 gold. That's not too good. And, oh my goodness, their weekly wage is 180. Okay. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake. Okay, well, never mind. We have the opportunity now to use these guys in combat, and hopefully we will see how powerful they are, and in return they will provide us with, I suppose, unlimited funds, because we will be able to fight any number of bandit parties as a result. So let's head off to where I was fighting a couple of bandits previously, which was in these woods here. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe I have killed all of the bandits within these woods. Hopefully that will not be the case, however. I would really like to take some of these guys on, at least. And maybe we could run into some trolls as well, because as far as I'm aware, we are able to take out trolls pretty reasonably now, because of course we do have so many Master of Arrows, and we have a lot of ranged units, as well as our dwarves being able to defend our archers, although they're not very high level at the moment at all. So, who knows, maybe we will come across some of these trolls, hopefully. We will hopefully be able to find some, but at the moment, it does not appear that many of the bandit parties have either respawned or have refreshed from this area, so it appears what I will have to do is cut away, and we'll see if I can find some on my patrols around the land. Okay, so to cut a long story short, I wandered around the woods for quite some time. I found 2 parties of trolls, but it appears they had other plans than to deal with us. And they were much too fast for us to catch up with them, unfortunately. So instead, I have settled for a larger party, but these are only bandits, which is a little unfortunate because I do believe that bandit parties give us less renown if we were to take on the trolls instead. So yes, I think it may be a good idea to hopefully try and find some more trolls in the future, but as it stands at the moment, goodness me, these guys are rather large, are they not? Okay, so let's hope that these guys will use their cannons to very good effect, and we will see how amazing they turn out to be. So let's see what we can do here. We'll try and persuade some of these fellows with our spear to, whoa, okay, to try to, I suppose, change their direction, but it appears not. And whoa, that was a rather nice jump and stab, was it not? Yes, very nice. Okay, whoa, these guys actually have guns as well. That's not too good, is it? Highwaymen, aha. Okay. Well, it appears that our mercenary lead belchers are doing a pretty reasonable job as I say that. I have not seen one of them fire just yet, so it would be quite nice to observe one in action, as we are seeing here. So let's hope, and we will see. Oh, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it appears he has a very large area of effect when he fires, and it would probably be better against a larger army, so maybe we'll go after the Night Goblin army that I saw just a minute ago. However, one of you did state in the comments that going after goblins is not exactly a great idea, because you always suffer quite a few casualties as a result, because of course we do have to contend with the goblin fanatics, and we know how powerful they can be, so yes, maybe that would not be the wisest idea at the moment. So who knows, maybe we'll go after them, maybe we won't. I mean, we do have the mercenary-led belchers, but of course they can be killed. They can be killed, and I would not necessarily like that to happen, of course, because I spent so much of them, as you saw. But who knows, maybe we'll be able to get quite a bit of cash from the Night Goblin army itself. Now, what I'm hoping on doing this episode for the primary purpose is to gain renown. So, as large a party as we can find, I would really love to be able to, of course, take them on, because at the moment, I don't even have enough gold to level up our units. That is pretty embarrassing, I have to admit. Okay, we're gonna just take all these things, and we'll head to the very nearby town, if we can. And that appears to be this place over here. So maybe we'll find another party on our way. That would be wonderful. Oh, yes. What is that? Oh no. What is that? I don't know what it is, and I think it probably ran into the forest and is very far away from us at this time. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, if we do not have any wages to pay our units, they are going to be leaving post-haste. That would not be too pleasant, I have to admit. So I am going to be selling these weapons that I was saving up for potential companions. I am going to be keeping the battered Night Goblin shield, because I have found that that is very, very good. So let's see here. Skull cap we can sell, and I think everything else we can sell as well. Now, as you may see, I don't really have that much bread, so I'm going to buy some here. Oh no, I'm not going to buy some apparently. Let's see, what are we going to do? Let's get this, this, and this. And let's get some fruit as well. Yes, that's good. Thank you very much. So, let's check in the tavern just in case we are... Oh my. Oh, yes, I would love one of those. Oh my goodness! There's a bear! There is our bear. Hello. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he says, "Keep staring at me and you won't have long to live." I am not staring. I am hiring the best fighters from around the world for my grand campaign. Yes. Grand campaigns usually mean lots of battles and lots of bloodshed, which is exactly what I live for. Since I was born, I have desired nothing but to kill and destroy for the gods who favored me with the power of transformation. So successful have I been that I have gained my own followers, who fear nothing and will fight savagely to their last breath. You will find them in the many taverns you will come across on your grand campaigns. They fight for the gods and for me. If you will truly indulge me in relentless conquest, then I may just fight for you. I could use your strength if you will fight for me. I could fight for you if I knew you were serious, and not just looking to use me for one important mission and then settle down, like others have done. If you do, I will kill you as I killed them. Okay, well... Let's see. He is going to require a oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh my goodness, I'm so seriously disappointed now. Oh my goodness. Look down to the ground, Vigil. You are so sad now, yes. Okay, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this guy. I was, I suppose, hoping that this guy would join us for free, but there's no way that that's going to happen ever, I suppose. Well... we can check upstairs, maybe for a ransom broker of sorts. Who knows whether we will find one. And that would be nice. No, I do believe that the tavern keepers, you can sell prisoners there, but they do sell for, I believe, 50 per one, rather than actually having unique prices. So it appears that we will have to do a little more searching for some bandit parties. Maybe a larger bandit party would be really nice. I'm so disappointed now that I didn't win that tournament in the previous episode, because I do believe that if we had, I would have around, what is it, 6,400 maybe? 6,500? And maybe I would have been able to stretch our coin purse all the way to recruiting Bjorg. That would have been absolutely amazing. Oh, and here we go. We have some Night Goblins. I know, you said not to engage these guys, but I do believe that these are the only ones within range, I suppose, that we will be able to take on. So, let us take to the field. We are getting a renown reward of 2, which is, well, not great, is it? So, let's get our archers here, we'll get our infantry in front, and let's just hope that the fanatics do not decide to use their excellent weaponry against us. Oh no. There's quite a few of them, and they have spears as well. Okay, well, we need to be very careful. Okay, come on, our mercenary-led belchers. We need to take these guys on as best we can. Come on, let's take out some of their archers. Goodness me, I am terrible against goblins, I have to admit. Their height and stature really makes it pretty tricky to get some very efficient kills on them. As you saw in the previous fight, I was actually doing okay versus the bandits because they are of, well, let's just say regular stature, so yeah, that is, I suppose, something to consider. Now, the cool thing is about this is that I am causing the fanatics to run after me instead of running after our archers and completely slaughtering them, so hopefully we'll be able to... Never mind. Nope, we will not be able to take him out. I was really hoping that I would be able to, but it appears that this time around we are not lucky enough to have luck on our side, I suppose. And now we will just have to wait until our archers and mercenary-led belchers are able to take out the last remaining goblins. Oh my, they have cannons, they have cannons. Oh, I believe we've actually won. According to that fellow's victory celebration. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we... Well, I say we, but it appears that my army has gained 2 renown. I was not able to acquire too many kills there, unfortunately enough. So let's take another prisoner. We do have 30 prisoner capacity, so in theory, if we are able to find a ransom broker, we will have very good luck indeed. 104 gold from winning that fight is also a pretty tidy sum. Now, oh my. Okay, we have debt. We have 600 gold in debt. That is not good. That is definitely not good. Okay, well, we are going to be leveling up Inigo now. I do believe that it might be a good idea to increase our trade skill, believe it or not. I really do not want to, but I do believe that it would probably be the best thing at the moment. I think it might be, because then we'll be able to get, what is it, 5% more money from each item that we sell, and I will be increasing our intelligence. I would like to get some more in inventory management and pathfinding, because that will just help us out generally, and maybe that would be the way to go. Would it? I think it might be, actually. Pathfinding and inventory management? Yeah, let's go with that, because then we can hold more loot and we can travel faster on the map. So, I think that should be pretty cool. And we're going to continue to use polearms, because even though one of you did state and actually pose a pretty reasonable argument against polearms, and for polearms, of course, that the polearms are not necessarily very good when the AI gets up in your business, as it were, and you're not able to use it to good effect. But I suppose polearms are very good in the field battles that we are currently fighting, so I suppose it is a double-edged sword, although primarily it is a spear, so technically it is not any kind of sword, but nevertheless I will be now cutting away and hoping that I will be able to find a very large army, or we will stop off at the nearby town and sell our prisoners to a ransom broker. However, I would prefer to find one more bandit party before we do that. So, I will see you very soon, I hope. Okay, so thankfully enough, I have been able to catch up to some night goblins. Now, I did state that I would like to, I suppose, engage very high amounts of troops, but I took your advice a little bit more seriously, and yeah, I noticed that they had 9 squig riders and 6 fanatics, so I can only assume that that would cause us a great deal of pain and maybe even lose our mercenary-led belchers, which would not be too great. However, they are partially the reason why we are in debt at the moment, because they do have, what is it, 198 in weekly wages? So maybe that is the reason why, but well, I would like to keep them because it would be very advantageous to have them against some larger armies. And to that note, I was actually going to head on to around the area near Skaven Blight, I believe, because one of you did actually tell me, or a couple of you told me actually, in the comments that Skaven Blight is one of the mod creator's favorite towns, and he has done an excellent job on that particular town. So I will be heading over there at some point. Not entirely sure if I will get to it in this particular episode, but it would be really nice to take a look. So yes, I think we'll definitely see about that as time goes on. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of debt and get a pretty reasonable source of income in some way or another. I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to become, I suppose, affiliated with the Tomb Kings, because if we're not able to do that, then we're not going to be earning any sort of income whatsoever, and we'll probably have more issues than not, so maybe that would be a pretty good idea. Well, I will try my very best to take out these fellows as best we can, and then of course I do want to try to knock them unconscious as well, so hopefully I can try to use my mace here. Yes, I can. Thank you very much. So let's try to do that. Get a couple more prisoners for the ranks, and hopefully not die in the process. Oh my goodness, that was very close. I very severely got poked in the face with his spear there, not too pleasing. And, oh, we actually knocked out one of the Goblin Fanatics with our mace, which is even better. I do believe that they are sold for a little bit more than the other goblins, so yes, that should be pretty nice. Now, I am going to be heading on as quickly as we can, and, ooh, very nice. Whoa, okay. Look at that, 156? That is very nice, okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to sell it for that much, because usually we don't have the greatest of luck, so let's see here. Go into the goods here, and we can sell... Okay, not too much, actually. Oh no. Okay, I think we are going to be having quite a few issues here now. Okay, so my apologies for that small cut there, and you may have heard a small Skype noise. That is why I had to cut away a little bit. I had to disable Skype, as we don't want any more sounds, do we, from it? So, yes, okay. I think we'll probably head in the tavern here, check if there's a ransom broker. Oh, we do have this fellow. Oh my. Yes, I really cannot afford to hire anyone else. Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, so there's a book merchant, there's a tavern keeper. I really don't want to sell to the tavern keeper. Okay, I'll tell you what we are going to do is I will cut away, I will attempt to search for a ransom broker, and hopefully that will give us enough money to pay off our debts. Hopefully. Oh, that's really quite a stretch, isn't it? We don't even have that many prisoners. Oh my. Okay, so, yes, as I said, I will try to find a ransom broker. Okay, so we have arrived in a chaos town, I believe it is, and we have run into this companion here. He says, "Are you looking for trouble? I haven't killed anyone for a while now," and we say, "I am looking for muscle, not trouble. How long is a while?" 2 hours. I killed a guard at the gate for asking for a toll to pass. I have had no opportunity since then, unfortunately. I was born to kill. Ever since I was an infant, I discovered the pleasures of smashing the life out of others. Any quest, any adventure. I will take it if it means a chance for a fight. Oh, I saw your army earlier. If you're an adventurer, then maybe you could use my strength, speed, and agility. Okay, well, if you're free, then... Oh... Okay, well, it appears every single companion in this mod is incredibly expensive. Goodness me. Okay, so now we do have a couple of other people over here as well. Now, who is this fellow? You may enjoy a bit of the jovial, but when you have lived a life of protecting and serving your people in times like we have had recently, you will know why I am as stern as I am. My name is Scarlock, and for much of my life I have protected the Lorelorn Forest from invaders and trespassers, especially the green-skinned kind. Oh my. Okay, well, please join for free. That would be nice. Oh, 4,000. Ouch. Okay, well, we do have some beastmen here, and I would be so thankful to recruit them, but they are no doubt going to be rather expensive. So let's just check upstairs before I obviously cut away again. No, I do not believe there is any ransom broker. So yes, once again, I will cut back once we have found one. Okay, so I have not had any luck with ransom brokers so far, but we have run into this little fellow who calls himself Bug, and as you may see, he is quite the character. So yes, look at that. I like to fight. Boom, zoggy, zoggy, as it were. Gouge the eye, pluck the beast, gorge upon a greasy feast. You like pie? You're a bit nuts, but if you like fighting, you can fight for me. Yes. Now please be free. Yes? Ah, 2,000. That's actually not that bad. Goodness me. Okay, well, it appears that I will have to end this episode off here, and once I have found a ransom broker and potentially got ourselves out of debt, then I will start the next one at that point. So let's speak to this fellow, and we'll see whether we are going to have luck with recruiting at least one companion, maybe? So let's see here. I left my post recently, though, as the Caliphs are favoring Sultan's guards. Oh, okay, well, please be free. 2,000, ouch, okay. Well, yes, as I stated before, we will end this episode off here, and so, next time on Warsword Conquest, I will have found a ransom broker, and hopefully by that time, I will have obviously accrued a couple more prisoners as well to hopefully make the trip a little more worth it. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.